This week we're joined by David Weeks of Marz Brewing to discuss Chicago on Tap 2024. This is episode 134 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And we are joined with a special guest, David Weeks.
Hello.
Hi, David. David, why don't you tell everybody where you're from?
I live on the south side.
All right, and welcome. No.
I live in the brewery. I am a brewery rat or mouse or cat, whatever. I live on the south side of Chicago in Bridgeport. I used to live in Rogers Park for about 20 years.
There you go.
But when I knew I wanted to work for Marz, I moved down to Bridgeport.
There you go. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to talk about Marz Brewing. But the reason why we have you on here is this is the second time we're talking about it because we love it so much. It was a lot of fun to do last year. But it's Meals on Wheels Chicago on Tap.
An amazing event.
It is. It was a lot of fun last year. The end became a blur for me. I ended up, we had a little area set up over by Old Irving and Revolution, Howard Street, and Sipes, and we know all of them, and we ended up
Hanging with
them and having a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
I did not drive that night, so that was good. But the event itself is just, it's really cool. It's for a good cause.
I love the event. I love the venue.
Yeah, the venue's beautiful.
Theater on the lake. It's gorgeous.
I've never, and I think I might have said this in the last time we talked about this, but like I had the Meals on Wheels is the only time I've been at the theater on the lake. But it's like impressive, and there's like a full restaurant like right in front of the place, right?
Yep.
It caught me off guard because I didn't know. I thought I was in the wrong place at first. I was like,
I think we were walking in, and Becca was like, "This doesn't look like a beer tasting thing," and I'm like, "This is a restaurant."
Yeah. I did get the valet parking.
It's open year round.
Yeah,
the restaurant. Yes, it is.
Oh wow. That'd be fun to
go again, my earliest memory of that place is it used to be shuttered on the lakefront,
right?
And every time we got off that exit, I'd be like, "What is that building?" And then when they reopened it, their first chef was Cletus from Fountainhead.
Yes.
And
R.I.P.
Yep, and he had his own place.
That place.
But the things they've done to it is awesome. I mean, it just looks like such a cool building, and it's. I think that was the perfect spot for that place.
Yeah.
So
I used to ride my bike past it, and I think it was at one time used as like maybe I want to say a TB clinic or something.
Oh.
After one of the World Wars.
Oh, really?
I think so. I could be making this up, but I just remember riding my bike past it and thinking, "Wow, that's where." People recuperated from some illness. Yeah.
Well, it's a great story if you're making it up. So it's good.
I got Aunt Dorothy who was a nurse, so maybe it stems from that. But yeah.
But on that note, what are we drinking?
Oh yeah, Dave, why don't you tell us what we're drinking?
We are enjoying a lovely Chicagoland lager
from Marz.
Yes, it's a Polish lager. It's delicious. It's about almost 5.5%.
How can it be a Chicagoland lager if it's from Marz?
Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah. We're right into that one. Huh? That's good. What makes a Polish lager? Does anybody know off the top of their head? I'm not sure what it is.
You get a Polish brewer.
Yeah, I think it's because it's Polish.
Well, count me in because I'm Polish too. I was just curious. I do like it, and I wouldn't have expected that to be. You said 5.5, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that drink's really light.
I'm trying to think of and I don't want to say commercially available because that's not like a correct term to use for European beers, but I know there's like Polish lagers out there, and I'm not I'm spacing on names now.
I had one when we were at Phase 3. A couple weeks ago.
No, but I'm talking about from Poland.
Oh, the large brands.
Yeah.
Isn't Żywiec is a Polish lager?
Yep.
I do like Żywiec. It's tasty. I feel like that's a Chicago, like at least on the northwest side, that is a staple.
All the shops have it. Yes,
absolutely,
for
and
sure.
It's not bad, but if you have more than two, you start kind of feeling it, and not in the best way possible. No offense, Żywiec. No offense. I'll still have you. They have an IPA as well that I tried recently.
Really?
Yeah. It's interesting.
That's cool.
That's all right. But that's not why we're here. We're talking about the Meals on Wheels, Chicago on Tap. I always want to say Chicago Untapped because, Untapped the app, but it's the first thing that comes into my head.
But this is the best of Chicago breweries on tap.
There it is.
For Meals on Wheels.
That is how I should remember it to not say Untap. It's on tap. And the event this year is Thursday, April 25th, 2024. Just like last year, if you care about the NFL draft, don't. Just get the updates on your phone and come hang out with us and support Meals on Wheels because all that money goes to a good cause.
Was the draft last year at that same time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know football, so sorry about that, guys. Looking forward to it. I had a list in front of me of participating breweries. I had a sneak peek at one point. I wasn't sure if it was up there, but now I know.
It's an amazing list.
Yeah.
There's also some amazing restaurants, too.
Yes, I'm very excited. There's one place on there I haven't had, and that's Crust Brewing, and they're one of the food vendors.
Oh, we talked about them recently.
We did, and they're also participating as the breweries. But
So are they doing food and?
yeah,
Ooh,
so
that's
is
cool.
Eris. Eris will also be there.
Nice.
Conrad Sight Brewing will be there as well. We had a fun episode with them. Corridor, Crushed by Giants, Dry Hop, Double Clutch, there's a lot of guests. This is pretty much a whole, almost every single one of these breweries have been on here.
Well, didn't we have to badger everyone we knew last year? We were like, hey, let's just ask everyone.
Some of them stuck around, so that's great. But then we have Flipside and
Wasn't
Go Brewing.
badgering.
Go Brewing is going to be there, which is great. We just did that for
Non-alcoholic.
Thank you.
Dry January.
Yep. Those are delicious. They're
Really
great.
good. We drank their double IPA, which was really tasty. We
Yeah.
liked that. Green Star Brewing at Uncommon Ground. Hardly Water, Hop Butcher for the World, Hopewell, Marz, of course, Old Irving, and Revolution. Those are the list of the breweries there. So if you've listened to the show, you've heard us talk about more than half. I'd say 3/4 of this list we've talked about it. And most people, I'm sure, if you're living in Chicago, you have had these beers. So what better time to come out and have samples of all these different beers from all these awesome breweries, and then all the food as well, while you're still, supporting a good cause like Meals on Wheels.
Definitely.
So, since we're, kind of diving into this kind of early, Dave, how'd you get involved in Meals on Wheels?
I've been a big fan of Meals on Wheels for a long time, and it was during COVID that I was actually away. I was in Virginia as my mother's caregiver. I thought during COVID, it seemed like the need for Meals on Wheels would have grown significantly, right?
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
people would be their relatives couldn't get them a meal. And I just remember thinking, I have to do something even though I wasn't here. So I started contributing then. And as soon as I got back to town and started working for Marz, I looked them up and said, hey, what can I do? What can Marz do? Let's get involved. I think it's an amazing organization. And I think last year they served something like over 4 million meals. I believe there are 13,000 seniors and people with disabilities that, Meals on Wheels helps them get their meals, meet the needs. It's incredible. And then I've also helped set up the pantry that they do once a month, which is just really touching. A huge truck comes, unloads tons of produce. You set it up just like a market.
Oh, very cool.
And they come get their groceries.
That's awesome.
There's even a pet supply, so there's
that's
pet food
that's
supply.
really
It's-
cool.
I didn't
it's
know that.
incredible. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's
I like
awesome.
I like the idea of the market too. That's nice to just set something up so you can go and get, you're not just having something delivered to you. You're going to the market to, get the ingredients you want and going to make your own meals.
Gives
or be
people
able
an excuse to get out of the house and go.
Yes,
Absolutely.
right. Socialize.
If they can.
Yeah.
If they can.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, that's nice. I wasn't aware of that either.
So I joined the associate board, and then this year, at my bequest, I guess you would say, Marz is sponsoring the glassware,
Awesome.
which is exciting, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I have
You're on Xbox.
no, I'm not. Sorry about that. Edit that. Where are we at in the recording so I can edit that out?
9 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah, good. The glassware last year was very nice, and I actually have 3 glasses. I have too many taster glasses, so I'll see how many I can come away with this year. So that's exciting. So
Cool.
yeah, and some of the merchandise I was looking at it today. There's more this year than last year. I saw the hat. I saw the bottle opener. I know there's a brewer shirt, which is pretty cool. I kind of want that.
It's
And
like
I know
a work
there's
shirt?
t-shirt, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's a T-shirt with all the
all the-
participants.
yeah, which is super cool.
Yeah,
I mean, can't
it's
go
awesome.
wrong with that. It's like a concert shirt, except it's for beer.
Breweries.
Yeah, that's
like-
cool. Yeah.
Those are the shirts we made for Kegs for Kidneys. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right.
list
Back in
all
the day.
the beers on them, or all the brewers. So is there? So the question I had was: so this year, like, what is the focus? Actually, no, not even this year, but like years in general. What is the money that's being raised here? What does that go to? Go directly back into the organization, or do they have it set up to do specific, like, just meals, or like the market, or is it just general, just funds for the nonprofit?
I don't know specifically, but I think it probably goes back in general. I don't know if it's funding specifically like a pantry or what. I think it's a general fund.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think from what I remember, I think even last year we may have talked about it, that it's just straight back into the organization to keep doing general things.
And there was music last year.
Yes. Is there music this year?
There is.
Oh boy, the music last year was very good.
You know what? I think it might actually. I want to say it's the same
If
band.
it's the same band, that would be fantastic.
I don't remember who it was.
I want to say Leadfoot.
I think so.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Does that
they were
sound
great.
right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, they were great. I feel like it was real nice to. It was real nice to go in while the band's playing, and like all the beer and food as you walk like back. You're further away from the stage, but you can still hear it. So it's nice that like you're not standing in front of the stage the entire time or having music blasting you. But if I was going to choose music to have blasting in front of me for this event, I would choose them. Brandon, you motioned to me you had an empty glass.
indeed.
This is not acceptable.
Oh, sorry, I'm almost there. Too. We're taking our time over on this end of the bar. Would you like to choose something? So we do have more Marz. Also have some other.
I'll take that one.
Don't point it. You got to.
That one.
That one. Okay, cool. It's gonna be from Hopewell then.
I didn't want to choose. That's why I said that.
Oh boy. This one I've never had, guys. I don't know if you ever had this. Cold Call. It is a Kolsch style ale from Hopewell.
Well, and actually, I'm glad that you chose that because it's still in that lager realm. So
Yeah, I didn't want to go, full steam here and go straight into, Hot Butcher for the World where, I mean, I love hazy IPAs. We know this. But also, I don't want to blow out my palate. We got some other stuff.
If you want to blow out your palate, I could bring a Citra.
I mean, I do like that as well.
That's a good one.
If we're going to choose a hop to blow my palate out with, I'd rather it be Citra than anything else.
thank you, sir.
Cheers.
So you talked about you were in Virginia being a caretaker for your mother, and then you came back to start working for Marz.
Yeah.
What was the reasoning by that? Were you just looking for a job, or did you specifically want to work for Marz?
I mean, I had wanted to work for Marz. I had wanted, before I left to go to Virginia to care for my mom, I had wanted to get into the food and beverage industry. Before I left, I was working for Chicago Public Schools.
Okay.
So I was a one-on-one for kids with special needs. And I was very fortunate. I had a school that I just loved in West Town called Mitchell. Bobcat for life. And,
Shout out.
Shout out to
Nice.
Mitchell. But yeah, when I came back, I wanted to do something in food and beverage. And Ed, the owner of Marz, was someone that I knew would have opportunities beyond just beer and the brewery, because he also has a gallery and the whole buddy system, all of that. The buddy shop in the Chicago Cultural Center. Lots of opportunities and just a good place, seemed like, for me as an artist to be able to do more than just beer.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to be a part of the brewery too.
Yeah.
So, and sales for me turns out to be a perfect fit. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna ask where in like the brewery did you see yourself go? Was that where you thought you were gonna end up in the beginning, or
I didn't know.
You didn't know. You just wanted to. I want to be a part of the brewery.
Yeah, I wanted
Nice.
to be a part. At the time, the position that was open was on the canning line, so that was like a perfect introduction.
Yeah.
And after the first day, my shoulders were killing me. I was like, wow, okay, this is strenuous.
Yeah.
And then after just a few days, they needed a driver. And I was like, I'm an excellent driver. So
I know how to drive.
I'm an excellent driver. So I was a delivery driver for almost a year. And then I know a lot of people in the industry, so I just started opening up accounts, and they're like, if you want to do that, then do that.
Nice.
So then sales, it was.
You gotta make a job for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, it never worked out for me. I'm still in a warehouse so many years later. I didn't try as well. I mean, I did drive a little bit for Lake Effect, which was nice, and then hurt my back. So that'll do it.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah. I learned to live with my knees. I also ask for help when there's a keg that needs to be lifted from the ground.
People would see me come up with a hand truck with like 7 or 8 cases, and they'd be like, "Let me help you." And I'd be like, "Absolutely."
Thank you. Yeah, people saw me and they're like, "Go to the basement. Go to the basement with the keg." I'm like, okay. I hope I don't die.
I remember
Roll it down the stairs.
one place I had a keg, and I was trying to get it maneuvered to go down the stairs, and everybody, like all the heads in the kitchen, were like.
Watching.
Is he gonna make it? He looks like he's gonna fly around the keg.
I mean, you thought your shoulder hurt from canning, like
Yeah.
that could like blow your back
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
God,
I enjoyed moving and delivering cases than the kegs. When there was a keg delivery, I was always like, oh man, this sucks. But very grateful that Clint gave me a job there for a while. It was very
And
nice.
the stairs in a lot of places are pretty frightening.
Absolutely. When you get further into the city, they have not been redone. They're just painted wooden steps that kind of
Turn.
slant to the left
There's
and a turn. Yeah.
And the ceiling is only like 5 feet high.
Once you get down there, you're like, thank God. And I just dragged the 2-wheeler up the stairs.
Yes, for sure. Totally.
Sorry, guys.
That's what you get for having bad stairs.
So we talk, since we're talking about Marz, they have 2 locations.
Yes.
So, just if you could tell us where they are, so people know where to find Marz.
Sure. The big brewery and tap room is down on Iron Street I always say Bridgeport, but I think technically it's McKinley Park. So right off of 35th and just 1 block east of Ashland. And then there's another venue up next to Margie's Candies
That's the one I've been to.
on Armitage, Western, and Milwaukee.
Is that called Life on Mars? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep,
That's
Life
nice.
on Mars Community Club.
There you go. The full name.
What was that place before it was Marz? Because I mean,
Great
I've
question.
never been to the Margie's. It's funny because I've never been to that Margie's. I've only been to the one that they opened on Montrose.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is gone now, I think.
No, it's still there.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
I was just there today.
I mean, I drove by it like a couple weeks ago, and there was like a line out the door. But yeah, like, so I've never been to the one there, and I'm trying to like envision in my head what was there before, and it's been so long. I probably drove by it today when I was picking up my Fun Sleep machine. But I didn't even pay attention. Like I didn't like.
No, it's great. Clark and I went there before heading down to, I think, City Winery to go see the Crash Test Dummies. We did a whole thing. We did a tour of stopping at different places. We started at Hot Butcher and then went to Life on Mars. And then had a beer somewhere downtown before going to the McDonald's headquarters.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Having
You did the whole circuit.
one of the worst McDonald's sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
What country was it from?
France, but it was just the bread was too much, and we were expecting something. Oh, also, we were getting McDonald's, so I mean,
Things were bad.
Yeah,
Set your bar as low as possible.
yeah, but we thought like, oh man, there's going to be something fun, and I was like, so it's just the burger on like a roll, like a sub roll kind of. And
Here's a
this is
burger
not-
on the French bread.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a good French accent.
Oui.
There you go. Yeah, but I like the size of Life on Mars. It feels very loungish, very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a cool
very nice.
space.
Yeah.
And now it's open for coffee service too.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
And they even have little breakfast buns in there.
Oh, nice. Because it does. I
would've
mean,
known
I can see that during the day. Because I mean, also we'd already been at Hot Butcher and had a bunch of beers there, and then made our way to Life on Mars. It was all Uber every way. We did not drive.
Good.
Yeah, but I could see that being a perfect spot also for coffee. It's actually a really good way to utilize that space too, because it's busy
Yeah.
over there during the morning, and
Definitely,
why not
yeah.
cash in on that as well? A lot of foot traffic, a lot of people on CTA, bus
Yeah.
and train.
Exactly.
I got to get back over there, and probably should go to the actual brewery itself.
And the actual brewery now too is just like fully programmed. There's stuff going on all the time. Any
Really?
night that you walk in, and it's very busy.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really, really nice to see.
That's awesome. That's exciting to hear. Yeah, we've, as we alluded to in the beginning, I don't even know if this was actually part of, this is part of the recording, but we've been talking to you for about a year now, and we get it. Don't worry, you're not alone in that camp of people we've been in contact with. Like, we're ready to do this. This is great, and then something happens.
Let's do a podcast.
Yeah, sounds great.
It sounds like they're willing to make it as easy as possible. Wait, you mean they'll come to the tap room and just sit with us right where we work? Any day out of work. How about Thursday? No? Monday? No? Okay. So it'll happen.
Yeah, a day that ends with Y.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we definitely want to come out there to the actual facility. We can do a full history of Marz and where it's
This is our 10-year. We'll be turning 10 this year too. So
Yeah,
this,
I was
perfect. You know
make
what?
it happen.
I think I saw something about a post
Good.
about that, but that's cool.
Wait, the Brewers are texting me right now. They said they're down for it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
That
We'll
is-
just lock in the day and let them know when we're available. Well, that'd be great because that's another 10-year anniversary episode where we're sitting down with somebody. Last year we did
Temperance.
Temperance. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Temperance
Yeah.
celebrated their 10 years. That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on that episode. That was great sitting in the back with them. And I love Temperance. They have great beers.
Yep.
Good stuff. Real quick, what do you guys think of this? What is it?
It's a Kolsch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold Call Kolsch style ale from Hopewell.
It was good. It's clean.
It's clean. It's good.
Yeah, I think it was a good follow up to the Chicagoland there. That was really good.
Good call.
Way to go, Brandon. Good pick. You pointed over to
Next
grab
to
a-
that one.
Yeah. No, we're gonna David pick one. So you can choose from we can do another Marz beer for sure, or you can choose from the gamut of the. Because Marz will.
Oh, should have made him do blind.
No, that would have been fun, but
Selfishly,
too late
I'm
for
just
that
going
now.
to say Synthesizer Showroom
Let's do it.
because I absolutely love this beer.
I think I've had this because I think I bought it because of the can art, which is super cool. I'm almost positive I had this, and I'm a big Synthesizer. I'm gonna pass it off to you guys.
We're just coming out of Synthfest 2024.
So actually, I saw that, and I know some performers who J plus J equals.
Okay.
I forget. Oh man, I know them from a long time, and I'm still I'm acquaintances with them. J plus J. There's something else involved with that, but I saw them all set up with their synths and Moogs and shit like that, which I wish I would have known. I didn't know about the fest. I was just not paying attention because that's right up my alley of stuff that I love. So how was that?
It was incredible. It was over 3 days. It was at both venues.
Wow.
It was just, it was wall-to-wall synthesizers, every possible sound you could want to hear out of an electronic instrument.
That's so cool.
Very, very fun. Yeah,
I need to put that on my radar for the next time you guys do that.
for sure.
Because
Are you following Marz on Instagram?
I am, except I've fallen off pretty much all of social media except for when we go on for the podcast. Only because I just feel like everything I see there is a recommendation, and I don't need recommendations.
You have enough.
I'm
that
already
you're trying to pursue.
I'm following. How many more things do I need recommended to me? So it's even like on.
It's overwhelming.
I don't have the Facebook app on my phone anymore. And Instagram has kind of become the same deal where I'm like, I don't know if I'm subscribed to you, but no, I'm not. You're another suggestion. So I feel like I miss a lot of stuff, unfortunately.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
If you guys have a newsletter, I'll stay on top of that because that's probably what I need to do. I'm coming to find that I like getting newsletters from breweries to know what's new. That's how I stay on top of Hop Butcher stuff too. So.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? The Synthfest, so I'll stay on top of that. I do want to talk about... I didn't take a sip of the beer yet, but I did want to talk about... I'm going to pull up the list here that I have. Because there's... One of the things that also helps raise money at meals... By the way, everybody, we're going to put the link in like we did last year where you can get the tickets. And at the end of this episode, if you stick with us, we'll give you a code to save $15. We can't give it to you now. If we give it to you now, you're just gonna stop listening and go get the tickets. I mean, that's
A discount code?
Yeah.
Incredible.
See, it's great.
What an opportunity.
So stick around.
Don't turn away. Don't touch that dial.
There is a raffle with a whole bunch of stuff. I have a list in front of me. It's insane because I was scrolling through it. And what stood out to me was there's a lot of theater stuff. That was the top thing, and I didn't realize how much other stuff was on here. So just the theater stuff alone, I was super excited about. Like there's Broadway in Chicago, Gene Siskel Film Center, Drunk Shakespeare, Improv Olympics, Second City. I mean, just that stuff right away. There's other things. And so there's all these things that you can win. And again, all the money goes right back into Meals on Wheels. It helps people who need food get food, if they can't get it themselves. But some of the other things, I mean, there's, let's see, Chicago Food Planet Tours. I don't even know what that is, but you get a gift card for that. That sounds exciting. I'm grabbing random things here. Dry bar shops, not sure what that is, but one blowout, including one deep conditioning treatment. That sounds like it's for your hair. I'm going to blow out. You know what? I'm going to bid on that one. I do know that I saw it, and I have to go back to what I was told, but I know that there is something about a trip to Mexico.
Yes, there is a trip.
Yes. There's raffling off a trip, Cancun, Mexico, and tickets for that are $100. And that's a 5-night stay, 2 at the Western Resort Spa, Cancun. I want to sign up for that.
Yeah.
I'll pay $100 for that.
For sure.
Yeah, $100 per entry, and you don't have to be there to win. So if you leave and you win, you can still go. Brandon, you missed all of that. There's a chance to win a trip to Cancun.
We're going.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We could just go to Cancun.
Just buy the ticket. We'll go.
We'll pack our CPAPs and we'll get on the plane.
I could have mine by then. Yeah, that was just like some random. I know I kind of went fast through that. I apologize. I get nervous about what.
Are there restaurant things on there?
You know what? I think there is. Thank you.
That's usually what gets me. Like I'm like, wait, dinner?
Let's see. I'm see if I can not butcher some of these names. I'm going to go to ones I can read. Home Slice is on there. Eris is on there. Broken English Taco Pub, Crust Brewing, The Dearborn, Church Street Brewing, Tao Group. There's a lot. Como.
Awesome.
$500 gift certificate. What? Taqueria. I'm gonna blow this. Chingon.
Yeah.
I did it. Awesome. And that's 4 $75 gift cards.
Whoa,
That's
nice.
insane. All right, there's kid stuff. Kids, who wants stuff for their kids? Get stuff for you. I mean, the kid stuff does. And there's Kid Zone, Climb Zone, Enchanted Castle, places for your
Benjamin
kids.
loves Climb Zone.
Places for your kids to get pink eye and pass it on to you as the parent. The London House and Lowe's Hotel. There's also that. I mean, there's so many things here that there's definitely something
for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody to get something.
And if somebody wants to go there and be Dwight and try to guess the value of all the gifts,
Brandon will give you a coaster. We're going to walk around with coasters.
Every time I hear the raffle, about a raffle, I just think of that episode of The Office and it cracks me up.
I don't know The Office as well as I thought I do because people reference things. I'm like, I don't think I saw that.
I mean, I sit through something and laugh for 30 minutes, but I'm not going to be able to tell you about it the next day. I'll just be like, it was funny.
I've probably watched The Office like 20 times all the way through.
Yeah.
Because that's become like my filler. Like, if I'm doing something that I don't want to pay attention, I just throw on The Office and
something on in the background.
Yeah, it absorbs.
It's got
absorbs.
Yeah.
It's like my brain.
Also, I don't want to overlook what we're drinking here because the West Coast style IPA is still one of my favorites.
Yep.
And Synthesizer Showroom nails it. It's really good. It's a 7%.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
It's tasty.
Yeah, really tasty.
I really like it.
And the artwork's so cool. Excuse me. Normally we post pictures of the beers that we drink, but we're going to do the on tap picture. I almost said it again. Chicago on tap.
Hey, what's on tap?
Yeah, there we go.
Chicago. Chicago
That's
is
good.
on
You know what?
tap.
If I say that in my head, it'll make it easier for me. What's on tap? Chicago. Fuck. I said this quiet part. I should have said it loud.
Words are hard.
I'm blowing this. It's very good. Thank you for bringing that.
Glad you like it. Yeah.
I mean, as much as, like I said, I like hazies, good old West Coast IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has a special place in every craft beer drinker's heart.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially, our age.
Dave, what's your go-to style?
My go-to style? I would say now that I'm an old man, it is a lager. I mean, like... Chug Life is our shifty at the end of the day at the tap room for sure.
Yeah.
And at home, I'll have Chug. Hello, kitty.
Yeah, there's
I
cats
will
here.
have
Hope you're not
Chug
allergic to
Life. And
cats.
I'm not. I have 2 at home myself.
Okay, fantastic.
She's 20.
Yeah. Is she really 20?
Yeah.
Jeez. I guess that makes sense. Aggie, she makes regular appearances.
Outside of a lager, though, yeah, I love a West Coast. And I love dark ales. Yeah.
I'm a big... I've realized I enjoy dark lagers a lot. I feel like dark lagers are probably my second or third favorite style, and I learned it while doing this podcast because I used to not really care for lagers, And there are times like now, I'll get different lagers and everything when instead of like, oh, I gotta get an IPA or I want to take a break from all that. Speaking of breaks, I think we're right around the break mark.
We are.
Where are we at?
About 30 minutes.
Ooh, I'm good. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome, everybody. It's not the beginning. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that break of ads. We're trying to get some money, baby. I am going to leave. I'm going to leave the space and put the ads in here. David Weeks is with us from Marz and Meals on Wheels. And we're here still talking about the Chicago on Tap.
Nice.
Thank you. I did it. I feel really proud of
Winner
myself right now. Which is happening Thursday, April 25th, 2024. I don't know what time it starts.
6 p.m.
Thank you.
6 to 10.
Wow. You know what? I'm glad you have information.
Everyone is prepared.
This is not me. I've got bits of information. And
but
you guys
together.
We're a team. You know what? You can come on anytime you want. You can really help us fill in the blanks here. We tell that to everybody. No offense. We just love having people come on. But you've been a delight so far.
So far.
We'll see how
Hedging our bets.
We'll see how the second half of this episode goes. Before we get into anything else, though, what are we drinking? I have it in front of me. We are drinking Revolution's Nelson Hero. Let me see if I can use my light to read it. Nope, it's a hazy IPA that comes in at about 7.5%. What do you guys think of this beer so far?
It's fantastic.
I'm digging it.
I mean, I don't think there's been a hero beer that I haven't enjoyed. So
Pretty much.
Yeah, same here. It goes with their Freedom series as well. All of their Freedom beers, I've really enjoyed. So this is actually, I just looked it up. So it's a double. That's where it is, because there is a Nelson Hero. This is a double. I apologize. Double dry hop Nelson Hero, which according to Untapped, I have had before. The beginning of this year. I gave it a 4.5. Pretty good. It's got, I'm assuming, different hops in there. That's a cryo. I can't pronounce most of these, so I'm not going to try it. I need to learn all the new hops. Brandon and I are home brewers, and they haven't brewed a lot lately. Brandon's about to brew soon. And it's been a good...
Waiting for my 2 kegs on tap, one of them to blow, so I got a spot to...
There's 2 Old Irving beers on tap right here.
Okay.
Just so you know. Before you leave, if you'd like. And now I feel like there's so many different hop varieties. Since I haven't brewed in like a couple years, I don't know a lot of them, which is kind of exciting. It's like starting over.
Right.
All right, so let's...
Whole new box of crayons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever homebrewed?
I have not homebrewed. We would not want me to homebrew.
Oh, it's fun, and then just becomes a bit of an obsession, and then you have to take a step back for a little bit and realize, okay, you're brewing a lot. Do you have anybody who wants to drink this beer? I mean, you've got friends. Your friends will come by and drink your beer. Don't worry about it. Everybody will come by and drink free beer. But they won't give you an honest opinion because it's free beer.
Yeah, they want to keep it flowing.
Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
It's
Keep
good.
making more. Keep making more beer.
Oh, you made a 9% shit beer? I'm getting trashed. It's okay.
I've definitely made some beers where I'm like, I don't like this. Someone's like, oh my God, this is like the best beer I've ever made. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is...
You drink Miller Lite. What do you even...
Not even that. It was just like... There was something I didn't like about it. I'm like, I don't like this beer at all. And I think I'm going to dump it. And they're like, I brought it somewhere.
And we're always going to be our own worst
Donate
critic.
it.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Is it what you wanted? No, it's not. So that's your,
Yeah, I feel like that's probably where it falls more on me, is being harsh on myself. But, I give it to these guys, and these guys will try it and be very honest about it. We're very honest with each other, at least, so that's good. Anyway, let's get off that. Let's go back to Meals on Wheels, Chicago on Tap. I'm going to go run some of these food vendors because we went through all the breweries. I'm going to do my best to pronounce some of these places. Here
There's
we go.
some tricky names.
Asadito Taco.
Nice.
Cajun Cafe Chicago. Ooh. Chubby Boy Burgers, Crust Brewing. Aris Brewery and Cider House. Ivy Room at Tree Studios.
Yum.
And, you're going to have to help me with his last name. Kevin...
Cudahy,
that's right. Private chef. You know what? I'm going to say Natari. I think that might be the way. Nettare. Streetville Social. Tempesta Market. Vienna Beef Sausage Company.
Ooh.
and I think it's Churro Factory, Xurro.
We're just gonna go with that.
Yeah, Churro Factory. So that's a nice wide selection of food. And if you were there last year, it's pretty much covered all on the outside. I don't know if it's gonna be set up the same way. Like when I say outside, I mean in the room. It's
perimeter.
Like perimeter. Thank you. Much better. See, where would I be with that?
Big words. I got big words.
And I've got a small brain, so those don't go together. But I remember, and was it pulled? No, was it a brisket that was really good?
Brisket or pork belly?
Slider?
Yeah, it was a brisket or pork belly that was really good. But also, I remember realizing that there was just Vienna beef hot dogs readily available towards the end.
Ooh.
Like that was like some of the last food, and grabbing one of those at the end was like I felt like
that's how you close out a night.
Absolutely. Another one was grabbing a Vienna beef hot dog right at the end of the night, especially after having all those beers. But yeah, all the food was fantastic. I mean, you got to imagine, a place that's providing food for a bunch of people in the city.
Who are there to enjoy some...
Yeah, they're gonna bring in some good food.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's there to raise money. But
it was a very well done event last year.
Yeah.
I know that. So.
And the weather was great, especially I feel like we got real lucky because it hit that nice little warm spell.
Yep.
Which I think probably gonna hit because it's been a weird
because
March
we're already in the spring.
Yeah.
This is not fake spring or third winter. This is it.
Yeah. I thought for sure we were gonna have a fake spring and then dip back down. It's not.
My employees and some of my coworkers live in Colorado, and they just got dumped on with 20 inches of snow today.
Yeah.
I'm like, snow? What? They're like, oh yeah, this is our snowiest season. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we had the one big snow.
We got rain. We got lots of rain.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll take it. I'll take all the rain over the snow. That's totally fine. The weather was great, and I can't imagine it being bad. But it was nice to you can go outside and you can see the lake from. I mean, it's theater on the lake, so you can actually see the lake.
You're right there.
Yeah, it's
a beautiful view.
So nice, and a lot of people stayed outside for a bit. It's nice to get outside from there. And it's just such a great evening. I mean, like you said, you're right there on the lakeshore. So
yeah, I love that venue.
It's such a great place. I'm really excited to go back. We're looking forward to going again and not having to worry about. Yes, Aggie, thank you. Not having to worry about setting up a little table where we had all our stuff. We had stuff. We had stickers and the Malting hour stuff, which was great. But we only used a cocktail table, so everybody kind of just thought it was a table, which was fine.
Put their
we hung out there, and take a sticker and a coaster. Yeah, take it to go while you're there. Explaining what we were doing there. So we don't need to do that. We're just gonna walk around and give out stuff.
I really enjoyed the event last year because it was one of my first events actually pouring beer for Marz.
Oh, nice.
And a bunch of my friends were there, so I was like, I'm so glad you're here. Of course you are. You love Marz. You love Meals on Wheels. You love beer events.
Yep.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it's a fun event, and again, the money goes to good cause, goes right back into Meals on Wheels, which is a non-for-profit. What better way to help out those who need it, and then also have a nice Thursday night. Take Friday off. Take the 26th off so you can really enjoy yourself on a Thursday.
I love that it's on a Thursday.
I really like Thursdays.
Yeah.
I enjoy Thursday nights out.
Walk into the weekend.
Exactly.
Starting Thursday evening.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's easy to just relax. For me, at least in my job, it's a little bit slower on Fridays. A lot of the salespeople aren't there. So the warehouse work is okay. I don't have to tell everybody what to do as much. Everybody just does their thing, and that's it. So it's a good way to get your weekend started.
Yep.
Brandon has been patiently walking back and forth, bringing Aggie.
She just keeps coming back. Yeah. I'm like, oh, come
She's
on, girl.
I just want to hang out with you guys.
Sounds like we're all cat lovers.
Absolutely. We all have cats, which is fantastic. You see you have 2 cats?
I have 2.
Do you have their names?
Spencer and Allie.
Those are great names.
Part of the same litter.
Ooh.
They're adorable. They're the most well-behaved, sweet, loving kitties you've ever met.
Cats are the best.
Yeah.
I do like dogs. Don't get me wrong. Dogs are great, but I just came to love cats very much.
Mm-hmm. And you have 1 or 2?
2. Louise and Judith. We chose very elderly ladies' names. And to remember the cats, it's easy. It's Louise is Siamese. It rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kept. And they're all.
And Judith?
Yeah, Judith. She is a. Laura would have a better. I forget what kind of. Tabby? Is she a tabby cat? You know what? Do you know breeds? They're in my background on my phone. It's just gotta be a cat. That's a cat.
I believe that is a tat.
Yeah.
I know my cat's breeds. Sorry. And they're a year and 5 months, I think.
Oh,
4
wow.
months.
Yeah, you got them as kittens.
Yeah, we got them when they were a few months old, so that was really
Me
exciting.
too. Mine just turned 1.
So we probably got around the same time.
Yeah.
Not long ago. That's great.
And then you have 2?
Yep. 2 elderly cats.
you got 2 grandmas walking around.
A 20-year-old and an 18 or 19-year-old. Yeah.
Still kicking.
Aggie and
Shotzi.
Shotzi.
Shotzi's such a great name.
That's
no
a great
offense,
name,
Aggie.
yeah.
No offense, Aggie. Please don't take offense.
Yep.
That's
Shotzi's
like
the
me.
talker. She likes to go around in the middle of the night. and it's not that she's talking. She goes and she hunts her toy fish and gets it. And then when she gets it, she starts screaming. And it sounds like she's saying hello. And we've had people even my in-laws will stay over and they'll be like, somebody was screaming hello in the middle of the night. I'm like, no, that was the cat. Like, how have you not experienced that yet? Like, literally, she's just like, hello, hello.
This is insane.
And what it's really creepy is she'll do it, and sometimes I'll have to creep downstairs to see what's going on, and I'll shine the light on my phone, and she'll freeze with a fish in her mouth, and then just drop it,
That's adorable.
and then she runs, and I'm like. She wants to show us her kill.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's trying to do. Is
what I
look what I got you. Got this fish. The same one I get every night.
I like that we detoured it to the cats. That
Yeah,
is-
you know what? That's what we do.
That is how the podcast works. You find something, and it's great. I love it. We should have a whole just episode dedicated to cats.
I will absolutely be there.
You're more than welcome.
We can
We'll
record at
invite
my
you.
house.
Fantastic. Sign me up.
They just got their first, cat tree.
Oh, nice.
And, they jockey for that top position. But when they're up there, they just look at me like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to go get me a can of food.
It's time to eat.
We named our housewarming and wedding beer after the cats.
Oh,
So
yeah. That's right.
Shaggy Tail Pale Ale
Yeah.
That's amazing.
that we were lucky enough to have brewed by the folks at Ailman.
Yes, yeah, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I'm sorry to get off the cat thing, but
Yeah.
I want to bring it back over to the Chicago on tap because I did mention some of the merchandise, and you can, if you go to mealsonwheelschicago.org, and I think it's one of the first things that actually pops up is that the event is happening. Well, it's not. You got to go up to the top and attend events. And then events, there's Chicago on tap. Oh, yeah, the other thing is the Celebrity Chef's Ball, which,
Oh, that's an incredible
I know.
event.
I used to go to it when it was the whole walk around with all the chefs. But I mean, now it's a full dinner, which is even nicer. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, I did mention some of the merch, but I didn't want to mention it specifically. There is a Chicago on Tap branded bottle opener, and there is a pantry tote bag, a trucker hat, the Chicago on Tap t-shirt, and the brewer shirt, and there's other sponsorship as well, but we're talking about swag. You can actually buy this stuff now. You don't have to. Do you know if this stuff will be available at the actual event?
I think the shirts might be limited to
Sure.
those who are purchasing tickets. Like if the event sells out, I think there might not be any more shirts.
Sure, that makes sense. I'm wondering if maybe the bottle opener or the bags or the hats might be available, but we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
But why risk it? Just buy it now. I mean, it's a trucker hat. Little bottle opener. Why don't you not want a bottle opener? Again, all these things that you're spending money on. This goes back to Meals on Wheels. So you're buying some things that are helping everybody else here who need meals.
Support the cause.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a code we're going to share later, don't we?
Yes, the code works on. I don't think it works on merchandise. It works on the tickets though. You know what? I feel like we've gotten to the point where we might be able to share. You know what? Before we do that,
Let's open another beer.
thank you.
I like your attitude.
Yeah, I would like to choose one more, you guys.
Go for it.
Brandon, we might need different glasses
That's
because
I had a feeling you were going for that.
we did grab a specific Marz beer for this episode because you were coming, and it's one that's near and dear to mine and Brandon's heart. It is the Pączki Stout.
Love that.
Double milk stout with cocoa nibs and lactose. The design the design of the can is different than last year's, and I really like this one. It's a bit cuter. If I'm gonna put it in oh, thank you, Aggie. She agrees.
In your highfalutin
Were there different variants this year of this? Or
There was a raspberry cream.
Was that last year too? Was there a
No,
raspberry
last
one?
year it was pistachio.
Right. I think I tried the pistachio.
I think there were 3 last year.
Yeah, there was 3.
Was it marshmallow or something? Vanilla, maybe.
A little bit more. A little more there.
Yeah. And this year it was raspberry cream. Thank you.
This was at there's a glass. Oh yeah, there. So Beer on the Wall still has some of these. I did not see the variant. I mean the raspberry one. If I will double check for it, but the chocolate one was the one that Brandon and I felt. Okay, take it all, man. You're fine. Oh man, yeah, right off the top. I really do like this beer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah, last year it blew us away how much... Because it's not like a super sweet, heavy...
Right. It's not syrupy.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
that thick. It's not that heavy.
No, it's a very subtle, very tasty adjuncted stout without having giant adjuncts in it.
Right.
What's the ABV on it?
It's a great question.
Grab my spectacles here.
You're in charge, David.
It is 7.3%.
Okay. Yeah, and it's
a lot
like
of chocolate.
And I think we said this last year too. It's got the flavor profile of what could be like one of those thick pastry stouts without it being overly thick, which makes it easier to drink. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this is like one you could have a can by yourself and be like,
oh, for sure,
okay with yourself. But some of those thick pastry stouts are just like,
that's also
what am
not
I doing with
overly
my life?
Sweet. It has
Yeah.
a little.
There's a roastiness to it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So there are certain stouts, and we've talked. Brandon and I have talked about it when it's been on the podcast. There are certain stouts, and someone had pointed out it has to be some sort of roasted malt or a way that a certain malt is used that I get this like metallic-y, tinny taste from certain stouts that just it's such a bummer when I open up a beer and I'm like, I love stouts and I have like I really want to like this, and it takes me like halfway through the can to finally like, oh, it's gone now, I'm not tasting it. So it's nice that I knew going into this already that I wasn't going to have that experience.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's just that this beer in particular, like you said, I could have 2 of these because they're not super sweet, and if I want to have like, a couple of stouts, this is the perfect time of year to have it.
Sorry, so what was the flavor on this one?
It's just
This is the OG, if you will. It's a double milk stout with cocoa nibs and lactose. Mm-hmm. So the cocoa nibs,
like chocolate donut with some cream.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Super simple and delicious.
Even now, taking that second or third sip on here, I really wish I bought a second one just to have at home. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go back and grab some more because it's
so good.
Yeah, it's such a great beer. We're happy we stumbled upon it last year, and like we said, that was a beer I know that you mentioned first before I did on the malt.
Yeah, because I think that
was the beginning of this year.
Well, yeah. No, I thought we were talking about because I think we may have both seen it at the same time when it was released, and we sent it to each other, and we're like, we've got to try this.
Yeah, and I grabbed that. I didn't. Did I? I don't remember if I think I grabbed the pistachio one and maybe had it on my own. I don't think I had that one with you.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah. It was also very good.
I love pistachio.
We did a bottle share together at that Guild Row.
We did.
And I might have had a Pączki Stout at that time because it seems like that was February. I know
It was December, actually.
Oh, it was December?
Yep.
So, no, I didn't.
It was right before Christmas. I remember that.
I couldn't go.
A couple weeks before Christmas.
Why couldn't I go?
I don't know. You were going to go, and then something came up last minute, but that was Rachel's thing that she threw together.
That was really
That was fun.
Yeah,
there was a lot of good beers there.
A lot of beers I had never heard of.
Yeah, well.
Rachel, if you're still listening, can you do that again? I know you're busy with other stuff. Ooh, and there it is. We're blasting off into outer space.
Up and away.
I love pointing things out. Clark appreciates when I point things out in the background. I think it's safe to maybe give out this code.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's safe? Do you think listeners have held on long enough? They're
They
waiting.
should have.
I feel like they're good listeners and they stuck with us. Yeah.
I think so. I think we can do this. Who has the code, or who knows the code? Who is it? Who will get to it first? Frantically searching. Brandon, I don't think you actually have it. Oh, maybe you do have it. You do have it.
I do.
Who's gonna find it first? I don't remember.
I found it.
David found it. David, you win.
The discount code. Are you ready, listener?
Write it down.
Listeners.
Listeners.
He's speaking,
But
the
I'm
royal
speaking
listener.
to each one individually.
The royal we.
You, fellow listener.
There you go.
Because I'll be listening too.
Thank you.
Shy on Tap VIP. So, Shy on Tap VIP. That's your discount code.
There it is.
It'll get you $15 off the ticket price.
That is for a beer festival. Like I consider it's like a beer festival, but for all the breweries that we named, there's all the pours. It's unlimited. It's not like it's a ticketed pour, but there's food involved as well. That's pretty good, and the money's going to a really good cause. I can't stress that enough. I know I said it last time we did this episode that Meals on Wheels for me. I remember a youth group thing that was a whole summer long thing, whatever. But one of the things I liked doing the most was we got to prepare food with Meals on Wheels, and so we were putting together meals that were going to be delivered that day.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was really nice to be a part of that and seeing that and not knowing anything about it. And this is me like in high school, so 30 years ago, not knowing anything about that and knowing, and learning about it at such a young age and realizing, there's a need for that and being able to be a part of it. I've always known about, Meals on Wheels. So it's always been something that's I've really loved. And I know that most of the people that I know around me have, have the same amount of love and respect for it and may have even had to, use it for someone or know somebody that's used it.
Our moms, our dads, our
Absolutely.
aunts, our uncles, our
Neighbors, coworkers, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know anyone that's personally used it, but I've just known about Meals on Wheels for quite a long time. And it's a great organization, and I'm happy that they're around, and it's great that they do fun events like this that allow people to experience things. Like, there's a lot of beer events, but like one that's cultivated for like good food and like high quality beer, like especially Chicago beer. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And Chicago food. Hand in hand. Right there. So it's really
a Chicago event.
Absolutely, super exciting. Do you guys want to do one more beer, or what do you think here? How are you guys feeling?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
All right. You know what? Let's do the pale ale. We'll finish this up, discuss this, and we'll be on our merry way.
Awesome.
This one is, before I pour it, this will be easier.
Do you want to go back to your other glass?
Yeah, because I don't want to. Well, I have my other glass here. Sorry, I finished that.
Thank you.
This is Hop Butcher for the World, another brewery that will be participating with the Chicago on Tap. This is their beer Sliders, which is oh god, I'm spilling a beer. I spilled it. Mosaic. Maybe I don't need this. Mosaic Simcoe.
Good night.
At Nelson Sauvin American Pale Ale. I was trying to read it, and the way that the label's on there, it didn't. That didn't.
It's a fun label too, with the 3 little sliders standing on top of each other.
Hopefully they bring this beer there, because what a perfect way, to incorporate some food. That's great. I love Hop Butcher's stuff. They do really good beers.
Thank you, sir.
They're mainly known for their hazy IPAs, but they have some solid lagers. They have some solid stouts, and pale ales. So this is a pale ale, but it's a very hazy.
It's a hazy one.
Yeah.
I always love the aroma of Hop Butcher's stuff. Like, I want this to be a candle, like a nice hoppy candle.
For bath time.
Absolutely. A bath bomb, maybe, that just smells like this would be fantastic. Yeah,
business idea.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a business idea. There's no bath bombs that are like hot profile.
Nobody take this idea. We're copywriting right now. It's me, David, and Brandon. We're going into business.
We're trademarked.
We got it. We're
Sorry,
done.
you're too late.
Yep.
Copyright.
Don't do it. Hop Butcher, we're going to contact you also and see if maybe you want to be a part of this. No, it's having... So Hop Butcher is one of the breweries that wasn't a part of this last year. So I was pretty excited to see them a part of it. I think, Hop Butcher went from... As soon as they opened, I feel like they kind of just took off. They hit the ground running. They were a big pandemic beer also. Like, I feel like it was a shining little beacon, because there was a different beer. They do like different beers pretty much every week, which is an interesting way of doing it. They don't just have like flagship beers out there. So, if you like hazy IPAs, Hop Butcher will be there.
I feel like there was a lot, like you mentioned pandemic beers, but I feel like there was a lot of places that popped up and kind of shined during the pandemic. And when I think about that, like Goldfinger's one.
Yeah.
Like they came out of nowhere and just started like
Man, they
producing
have really
beers.
good beers.
Yeah.
I really need to go for. They have all those different events that they do for like different type of lager releases, and I feel like I'm snoozing on all events, to be honest. It sounds like that's what I'm admitting tonight on this podcast.
Coming out into the open.
Turns out, as much as I support and buy beer, I'm like, I'm not going to the events apparently.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, supporting the beer. That's all the best you can do.
Bro, these events sound so fun.
Well, that's true too.
Especially the Synth Fest. I mean, that sounds pretty great.
Yeah, Synthfest was awesome.
But
Pączki Fest was awesome.
damn it! See,
There's a Pączki Fest?
See, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, every
we need
year
to
there's a
fi-
Pączki Fest.
I don't know why we would have thought otherwise.
It's
There's a
like
specific
it's like
beer
off
for
the
it.
We
wall.
fail.
Yeah, we're not good.
Well,
at
then
this.
put 420 on your
It's
calendar.
the worst podcast
420.
ever.
What's going on at 420?
It's Marz. There'll be an event.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I know a guy who will join me. I know a couple of guys who would join me.
Like, I'd go.
Yeah, I know you'd go. Yeah, I'm really I am really excited to go to this event again. I'm glad there's some breweries that have come back, some new breweries. Like we said, there's a lot of people that have been on the podcast. Technically, now Marz has been on, but we'll do the
We got to get
full-
the brewers.
We'll do an
Absolutely.
official Marz episode.
Exactly. You know, I mean, and even if it's just you, that's okay.
Well, we got to get
Anybody
Ed
else.
on too.
Absolutely. We will figure that out. But if you want to come see all of us, are you pouring at the event, or are you going to be?
You better believe it.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, that's great. I bet you Matthew can probably from Old Irving. Oh yeah, Matthew. I think I said you were going to be on this episode. Sorry, I didn't know there was going to be. I thought we were not going to have enough mics. Maybe next week, Matthew. I keep saying that. He's like the Matt Damon now. He's like of Jimmy Kimmel. Next week, you'll be on next week. Sorry, Matthew. Please forgive me. If you want to meet David, he's going to be there pouring. Brandon and I will be walking around for sure. Matthew from Old Irving will be there. Our buddy Joe from Crushed by Giants. I almost said double clutch. Crushed by Giants, Dry Hop and Corridor will be there. Don't know who's from Revolution.
Michelle from Eris.
Yes. Oh, Michelle will actually be there?
Bruce from Go.
Oh, man, you got everybody.
I
in
think
there.
it's Eric from Flipside.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fantastic.
got like a list of like everyone that's required to be there.
You're going to be there. But yeah, some guests who have been on the podcast will be there pouring beer. So come on out and hang out with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. You can fight me if someone's doing a pork belly and there's a last piece. You can fight me for it. I'm sure I'm going to grab it. Maybe take it and throw it on the hot dog. Who knows? What? Yeah, I just blew your mind. Pork belly hot dog.
Let's go.
That sounds really good. We should go to this event. This sounds great. But yeah, so let's see. Let's do one more quick little plug here. It'll be in the links as well. But go to mealsonwheels.org. I'm sure there's a slash in here. You know what? If I grab this, it is slash. Oh, it's not going to show me on my phone. You know what? If you go to mealsonwheel.org, top right, there's those three little bars. Go to attend events, and you'll see Chicago on tap. Again, it is Thursday, April 25th, 2004, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Theater on the Lake. It's going to be fantastic. You can buy tickets now. Tickets are available. They are $75, and with our super code, which is...
Shy on Tap VIP.
Thank you. I thought I was right. It'll save you $15. So you're paying $60. $60. There are other, beer events and things like that that'll come up. That'll be the same price. But this is going to Meals on Wheels, and there's food involved, and we'll be there, and it'll be great.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And the Leadfoot Band.
And the Leadfoot Band, exactly. And you're right there on the lake. It's going to be awesome. As we get closer, we'll keep talking about it. But David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
On behalf of Marz and Meals on Wheels, we really do appreciate it. I'm glad we finally get to hang out and talk with you, and we look forward to doing it again soon.
Cool.
We'll come bother you at the event as well.
Please do.
Do you have anything else you wanted to throw out there at all?
I hope to see all of you there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be
As do
fun.
we.
Well said. Brandon, you got anything?
No. Thanks for
man.
listening, everyone.
Yeah, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
See everybody next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com.
You
You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at the Malting Hour.